We start this half hour with breaking news. Just in the last 15 minutes, we've learned that Tina Peters is out of prison. Thanks for joining us here at 8:30. I'm Drew Carney.
And I'm Corey Rose. This is a live look. We're going to take you now to the La Vista Correctional Facility. Our crew spent all night there waiting for Peters' release. We did not see Tina Peters leave. And just about 15 minutes ago, our crew out there was handed a sheet of paper that said Peters is out. And that is about it. Peters was convicted for her role in allowing unauthorized access to Mesa County election equipment over false claims of election rigging. In April, the Colorado Court of Appeals threw out her sentence but upheld her convictions. She was expected to be resentenced, but Governor Polis commuted her sentence before that could happen. The decision has sparked political reaction, including criticism from some Colorado Democrats who later censured the governor over the move. Again, Tina Peters is out of prison. Shalima Maharaj will be joining us again coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. She was out there since 11:30 last night waiting for Tina Peters to walk out, but that did not happen. She is free, but we didn't see her walk out of prison.
All right, our other big story this morning comes from our Weather Impact Center with the threat of severe weather later today. Katie joins us now with more on that.
Good morning. This June 1st is going to get a little bumpy later on this afternoon. It won't last long, but we do have the risk of a few strong to severe warned thunderstorms capable of producing large hail, isolated tornadoes, very gusty, potentially damaging winds. That'll be for us this afternoon across the plains. Now, tomorrow and Wednesday, we do have storm chances once again. Temperatures around 80 degrees, but a lower risk anticipated of seeing some severe weather. But there's just a lot of energy out there. For today, we've seen rain showers, a few isolated storms across the plains, more moisture, more instability. We're expecting to see that upslope later on today. Denver included in the slight risk of a storm that could turn severe. Now for this morning, we are still seeing a little activity off to our east. It is dry, it is sunny, it is beautiful in Denver. Places like Akron, Fort Morgan, the eastern plains of Colorado bracing for the most activity. It's not going to be very active in the mountains. It's beautiful this morning out near Winter Park. A lot of sunshine. It is dry. It is calm. It is clear. But the weather is set to change quickly. From 60s right now, the warmth of the day, we're expecting highs in the upper 70s to near 80. Clouds build. The mountains today further west is not going to be quite as active, but a few gusty storms and showers. But again, best chance for picking up severe storm activity will start to arrive. We'll see thunderstorms scattered in nature downtown Denver. Boulder, that potential from Castle Rock north and east is where we'll really see those cells intensify as we get into this evening. We'll be here all afternoon to let you know of risks and any severe warned storms, but our severe threat turns further to the east and it will be lower as we get into tomorrow. And since we are looking at the risk for severe thunderstorms today, our Jaden Knowles has put together a breakdown of what you need to know. He's in the backyard this morning. Jaden, good morning to you. How do we prepare if hail does hit where we are?
Well, good morning to you as well. And, you know, we are in severe weather season. Anytime we're talking about severe storms, we have to pay close attention to hail. And the reason for that is because the environment here across Colorado and the elevation just makes strong updrafts. I know you're probably wondering what in the world is an updraft. So we're going to break down all the information for you. If you take a look at your screen, you can see hail forms inside strong thunderstorms when powerful updrafts carry raindrops high into the atmosphere where temperatures are below freezing. Now, those droplets freeze and continue growing as they're lifted higher and higher inside the storm. But once they become too heavy for the storm's updraft to support, they fall back down to the ground as hail, of course. Now, even small hail can damage flowers, vegetables, and landscaping, while larger hail can dent cars, damage roofs, and also shatter windows. Now, the Weather Impact team will be closely monitoring storms throughout the day, especially along the I-25 corridor and across eastern Colorado, where the severe weather threat is expected to be a little bit greater there. Now, the reason the Storm Prediction Center upgraded parts of the area from a level 1 marginal risk to a level 2 slight risk is because forecasters are becoming more confident that conditions will support stronger thunderstorms this afternoon into the evening hours. Now, warmer temperatures, increasing moisture, and also stronger wind shear will give storms a better chance to organize and become severe. Now, if severe thunderstorm warnings are issued, it's a good idea to move vehicles under cover when possible because you don't want that damage. But overall, make sure you go ahead and come up with your plan now instead of when the storm is right on top of you, because now is the perfect time to prepare for that, especially if you want your car protected. Live in Denver, Jaden Knowles for 9 News.
Jaden, thank you so much. One last check of your traffic. A live look right now of southbound I-25 near I-70. Still slow moving out there. We've had lots of crashes. We've also had a disabled vehicle for anyone taking southbound I-25, and that's kind of why we're still seeing those residual delays for anyone taking southbound I-25, really from the North Washington area heading down south to I-70 into 38th Avenue and Spear. I want to get to your drive times. Downtown to the Tech Center right now, you're going to see a lot of delays this morning. A couple crashes that we are tracking tracking, one in Castle Rock taking Highway 85 just east of I-25 this morning. We did have a couple of disabled vehicles still lingering right now for anyone taking southbound I-25. Now, the good news is that earlier this morning, your drive along southbound I-25 from the North Washington area down south was probably going to take you about 80 minutes. That is not the case any longer. Right now, it's only a 34-minute drive. A couple crashes that we're tracking, and some have already cleared up. But again, your drive along southbound I-25 should look a lot better this morning.
Brianna, thank you. The Weld County Sheriff's Office is asking for help. They hope you recognize this man. He's accused of stealing fuel with a skimmed company card. Deputies say the suspect used the card at several Maverick gas stations in Colorado Springs. It appears the card information was stolen in Weld County. Investigators say the man was driving this silver pickup with a fuel tank in the bed. There were no license plates visible on the truck. The Sheriff's Office says the suspect has distinctive neck tattoos and pierced earlobes. Anyone with information is asked to contact Weld County deputies.
Anti-Semitic firebombing attack in Boulder. One person died and more than a dozen others were hurt from that attack on Pearl Street that targeted a group of demonstrators who were calling attention to Israeli hostages held in Gaza. The attacker, Mohammed Soleiman, was sentenced to life in prison earlier this month, and he is still awaiting his trial on federal hate crime charges.
Aurora police are investigating a hit and run that killed one person and injured another. It happened Saturday near East Iliff Avenue and Adelia Street. APD says a motorcycle and a Honda CRV crashed into each other. The man driving the motorcycle died. A woman who was the passenger on the motorcycle was taken to the hospital. The CRV left the scene. The car was located nearby, but the driver wasn't with it.
State and Delta County health officials are reporting a new case of the measles. The case involves a child under 5 who received 1 dose of measles vaccine. It is not believed that the child has any connection to other recent measles cases here in Colorado, and we know the child also has not traveled outside the state. Health officials also say anyone who was at the Delta Health Urgent Care or Delta Health Emergency Department last Wednesday may have been exposed. Symptoms can develop anytime over the next 2 weeks. If you notice symptoms, health officials say you should seek medical attention.
We've learned nearly $3 million worth of work is scheduled for the Denver pavilions this summer. The Denver Downtown Development Authority made the announcement after purchasing the property last December. The DDA says work to improve the parking garage will start in July. Roof maintenance and repairs for the pavilion are expected to start in August. The DDA is replacing the Clifford Still mural on the pavilions off of 15th Street this summer. Local artist Olive Moya will be helping design the new artwork.
Next year, the Aspen-Pitkin County Airport will be closed for nearly 8 months as part of a modernization project. Some of the work will include noise reduction, a new passenger terminal, runway work, and improved accessibility. During that time, Aspen says its businesses, lodging, and event venues will all stay open, and they plan to have the airport back open in time for the start of the 2027-2028 ski season.
A major project at the Northern Colorado Regional Airport could help bring commercial airlines to the region as early as next year. A runway widening project starts today. The airport says their goal is to bring commercial flights to Northern Colorado by the end of 2027 or early 2028. They're widening the runway from 100 feet to 150 feet. Construction will temporarily limit the number of aircraft that can take off and land each day, but the work is necessary to comply with FAA standards. The runway expansion is expected to continue through November 8th.
People are buying their first home much later in life these days. In fact, the median age for first-time home buyers just hit 40 years old. A combination of high prices, low inventory, and high mortgage rates have pushed many young buyers away. In response, some builders in Colorado Springs are building smaller homes, shared driveways, and higher density neighborhoods. Some home sizes are now under 800 square feet.